It wasn't just a visit. It was something deeper, something the cameras could capture, but only faith could understand. When Pope Leo XIV and King Charles III prayed together inside the Sistine Chapel, many called it a state visit. But that phrase misses the point. This was not diplomacy. It was testimony, not performance, but prayer. And behind that prayer lies a meaning centuries in the making. For 500 years, the Catholic Church and the Church of England have walked separate paths, sometimes parallel, sometimes opposed. The division began with kings and politics, but it endured in the hearts of believers on both sides. So when the successor of St. Peter and the King of England stood side by side before God, it wasn't just courtesy, it was healing. It was memory being reconciled with mercy. Because for half a millennium, these two churches have shared the same gospel, but not the same altar. And this moment, this prayer in the Sistine Chapel, became a quiet step toward the unity Christ himself prayed for, that they may all be one. Unity doesn't mean sameness. It doesn't erase the beauty of difference or tradition. It means learning to see Christ in one another, even across centuries of disagreement. When the Pope and the King prayed together, they weren't pretending the past never happened. They were showing that love can speak louder than history. This is the kind of unity the world desperately needs, not uniformity, but communion. A unity that doesn't cancel truth, but illuminates it. Look at the world today, divided, polarized, exhausted. Even within Christianity, we see fragmentation, suspicion, fear. But this moment in the Sistine Chapel offered something radical, a shared silence before God. Because that's where all reconciliation begins, not in negotiations, but in prayer. Before the Creator, titles disappear. Before God, there is no Rome or Canterbury. There are only hearts seeking the same light. That's why this was more than a visit. It was a statement that unity begins not with agreements, but with adoration. There was also another layer to this encounter, the shared love for creation. Both Pope Leo and King Charles have spoken for years about protecting our common home. Their exchange of identical orchids, living symbols of resilience and beauty, wasn't decoration. It was a declaration that faith and ecology are inseparable. To care for creation is to care for the Creator's work. To defend the environment is to defend life itself. Even in that small gesture, the message was unmistakable. The world's wounds require united hearts. Sometimes revolutions don't happen with noise, but with silence. Not with slogans, but with shared prayer. What happened in the Sistine Chapel may not make headlines for long, but in spiritual history, it might echo for centuries. Because unity begins every time we choose faith over fear, forgiveness over resentment, and reverence over rivalry. That's the quiet revolution of Christianity, and we just witnessed a glimpse of it. So yes, the world will record October 23rd, 2025, as a royal visit to the Vatican. But heaven will remember it as something else, the day two churches, once divided, stood as one before their Creator. It wasn't just a visit. It was hope made visible. It was prophecy whispered through prayer. And it was a reminder that the story of Christianity is still being written, not by kings or popes alone, but by every believer who dares to love across boundaries. That's why it matters, because when unity happens in Rome and London, it gives courage to hearts everywhere, from parishes to homes, from pews to screens, to believe that faith still heals what history broke. If this reflection touched your heart, subscribe to Catholic Snack, where we explore the beauty, depth, and meaning of the Catholic faith, one story at a time. Let's keep walking together, praying together, and remembering that behind every visit, there's always something greater God wants to reveal.